our first section of the Laux DMR. Once again, they've combined the Open and East Coast sections this year for the first time. There will still be 2 heats. I did a little theorizing before the meet. Could this perhaps be the Open heat and the next heat be the East Coast heat? As the East Coast heat is typically featuring the fastest teams. I'll let you decide. But we're going to call this the Laux DMR as combining them both. And it's going to be a fun one. Again, 12, 4, 8, 16. We've got Clarkstown South, Greenwich, Washingtonville, Nanuet, Marshfield B, Somers, Byram Hills, Haddam-Killingworth, Oceanside B, Immaculate B, Fox Lane, Brewster, and John Jay Cross River. So movement on the inside. They're going to go again. Watch the cones. Those 5 guys on the outside got to stay outside of them for the first bend. And those other 8 on the inside must remain on the interior as they get away on the second go in the first of 2 sections of the Laux Boys Distance Medley Relay. So a pretty measured first 100, nobody going out crazy hard. This appears to be the most tactical 1200 leg that we've seen yet, as all 13 teams that got off the line are right there together, no more than 10 meters apart through the first 200. So 1200 meters again, 3 laps around the track. You typically remember a DMR 12, 4, 8, 16. Well, perhaps 3, 1, 2, 4 is a better way to remember it. It almost sounds like it could be an iPhone passcode. But either way, this is Greenwich, who remember won the Froshsoft Boys DMR earlier. These are the guys that have captained the youngsters. They're leading off very nicely on the 1200 leg. Pretty smooth pace, so nothing that these others can't manage. Expect to see a lot of position changes. That is imminent when we consider the nature of a DMR.
It's Greenwich, Byram Hills.
Byram Hills is right there. Look at Washingtonville. They're trying to move up. 3rd from the outside. The Wizards now into 3rd place. But that looks like Nanuet. They've now moved into the lead. They had been hanging around in that pack, but they said, we want out of there. They are hightailing it down this home straightaway. Let's see if they're going to have something left in this last lap, as he took that last 100 of the second lap like he was finishing for an 800. He comes through the 800 in around 2:10 with Greenwich, then Washingtonville, and Byram Hills in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then another 5 still in the mix right behind them as they line up single file on the last lap of the opening leg of the DMR.
Sophomore DMR in 5th place, 13:16.17, Gilderland B.
Nanuet, that cushion starting to shrink as Washingtonville's up into 2nd over Greenwich. And they're now coming back to the field ever so slightly. Can they hold on in this final 200 meters? The 400 legs are going to all be tightly packed next to each other. We're going to have 5 teams in the mix here coming off of the turn into the first exchange zone. We got some contact as here comes John Jay, Cross River with the golden strip. They're going to surge by and hand off first into leg number 2 at 3. Oh, the baton dropped. How did that happen?
Into the second leg they go.
That looked like one of those moments in football where the receiver catches the football but turns upfield with the golden strip. They're going to surge by and hand off first into leg number 2 at 3. Oh, the baton dropped. How did that happen?
Into the second leg they go.
That looked like one of those moments in football where the receiver catches the football but turns upfield, and the next thing he knows, the ball is on the ground, and it's 2nd and 10. Cross River still in second right there. Washingtonville's making a big surge to try and get back at them. Just one lap for these 400 legs. Nanuet has held a steady inside line, but they're going to come under some pressure. They ran a little wide on the turn, but are back in the center of lane 1, keeping their form. But Washingtonville, and here comes HK, Adam Killingworth, striding to the line. They're going to hand off first. Now they got to cut in. Beautiful execution there by Adam Killingworth. They came out of nowhere in that final 50 and really committed to that move. And they find themselves in the lead on the 800 leg. Nanuet is in second. Washingtonville is in third. Byram and John Jay, that's your top 5. So it has been 5 teams, but again, like I said, those position changes, we are far from done as far as those go. Nanuet trying to move wide on the outside. They're running comfortably in lane 2. Can they get to the inside before they get to the rail? That looks like Shane Ethicon, their anchor, cheering on their 800 leg. And he does get to the inside. Very nice move back over HK. Washingtonville has been in third, being the calm, casual observer. And now is their moment to strike, they say.